I always find talk of the comic industry really interesting. And there's a trend where a lot of these smaller companies are milking their older products in order to keep themselves afloat. We know that there's trouble in the comic industry overall, and I'm going to show you exactly how they're kind of getting around the fact that comic shops are really dying and the fact that their modern titles really aren't doing as well in just a second. This is a cool thing. Well, I don't know. It's a cool thing. It's a interesting thing. We'll fix this in edit, guys. I know that's my running joke, right? If you watch my videos, you know that's my running joke. But it's an interesting thing about the industry and how these companies are surviving. And so I've got a whole list of these old projects which you're going to be interested in seeing and how well they do. It's very eye-opening what people actually want versus the woke product that's being produced today. But we will get into that in just a second. My name is John Delarose. If you're new to the channel, my book is Flying Sparks. This is a brand new book, and it is going to be releasing very shortly. It is on BackerKit right now. If you like old superhero fare, if you like just quality entertainment like they used to have in the 80s and early 90s, you will absolutely enjoy this. So go check this out. The art is beautiful. It's I think we're one page from being done at this juncture, and it's going to be shipping very soon. So I hope you'll enjoy my awesome take on superheroes. All right, so my story of the day is I was looking at Kickstarter right now, and I was seeing how well this Power Rangers, a 30th anniversary comic book celebration, is doing. This is almost $600,000 for Power Rangers, which is a property a lot of people don't think about. But when you get into the nitty-gritty details of what this actually is, it is dressed up hardcovers of their 90s Power Ranger stuff. This was from Marvel Comics originally in the 90s. Marvel actually bought the Power Rangers license and was producing comics for a while in the 1990s. And so now there's these hardcovers. I'm actually really tempted to get these. And it's not because I'm a huge Power Rangers fan or anything, but a lot of Marvel artists worked on this at the time. Even Steve Ditko did some pencils for this series, believe it or not. And so I'd like a nice oversized Steve Ditko thing. You always got me at Ditko. And so this is doing really well as a past sort of look at older properties and actually just redressing them up in trades. And you're seeing that these companies, this is Boom Studios, do this very regularly. So if you go to Top Cow, same thing. This is Cyberforce right here, which is one of their 90s properties. And they had 2,000 backers, so actually 500 more backers than Boom has here, for $187,000 for this collection of books that's, again, just 90s stuff. You see, they did the same thing with The Darkness. They are relaunching these to a tune of almost $150,000. They've been doing it with Witchblade also. So all these 90s properties, you stick them in a hardback, are actually doing a lot better than new comics. And of course, Valiant is even trying the Kickstarter route by launching an Eternal Warrior graphic novel. This one didn't do as well. Again, I think they would have done better if it was older material, but they're launching new Eternal Warrior material, a property that people know from the 90s also, to the tune of $55,000 and 500 backers as well. So all of these small companies now are going to Kickstarter. They are taking their old properties and kind of trying to rejuvenate them a little bit and pushing forward with that actually to pretty good success here. Now, if you look at like new properties that are coming out in comic shops and things like that, they don't tend to do quite as well. They're not making as much money for these companies. And so they need different avenues to go afloat. I get the feeling that they actually kind of followed independent crowdfunders like myself in this way of things, because we make a lot more money than if I put Flying Sparks in a comic shop, I'd probably, you know, lose money, if anything, just with the cost of art and things like that. But the way that I'm able to do it on Kickstarter direct here, I'm actually able to make money on something like this. It's very different comparatively to exactly what they have going on their normal business model. So I think this is going to be the way going forward. They're going to be just repackaging a lot of this old stuff that's nostalgic and brand. I mean, I bet you'll get similar with old Transformers comics. You'll get similar with old G.I. Joe comics. You know, as they do this through Boom Studios, you can see that this is a moneymaker, big time moneymaker. And it even tempts people like me who aren't even that into Power Rangers, just because I like those old artists and I want to read those old stories. They always do a good job regardless of what the skinned property is on them. I miss those days, guys. Interesting stuff. So let me know what you think about this. Is this the new business model for everybody out there? Are everybody moving into crowdfunding at this point? Is it about to get too crowded for the indies? I would like to hear from you down below. And of course, make sure to check out my crowdfund, Flying Sparks. Would appreciate you guys supporting independent comics. I'll see you soon.